I've been watching a YouTube series about deep web exploration lately. I won't name the series or the channel, I'm not exactly getting paid for advertisements here, but the videos were fascinating enough to inspire me to dive into the deep web myself. And let me tell you, it was the worst decision I've ever made. Curiosity got the better of me. I looked up a quick video tutorial on how to access the deep web. Fast and dirty. No deep research into safety precautions, just enough to get me started. Big mistake. For starters, I knew using Windows to browse the deep web was a bad idea. It's way too easy to get hacked on such a prominent OS. So I decided to use my Android tablet instead. I figured if it got hacked, it wouldn't ruin my life. Foolproof, right? Wrong. After downloading a few VPN apps, I was ready to explore. At first I was like a kid in a candy store, scrolling through bizarre websites without fully understanding what I was seeing. But the thrill soon turned into dread. I'd heard about the dark corners of the deep web, places hosting illegal activities like snuff videos and pedophile rings. I had no intention of finding them, but despite my cautious approach, I stumbled onto something horrifying. I won't go into detail about what I saw, but let's just say it made me physically ill. I slammed my tablet shut, vowing never to go back. For a few minutes I even convinced myself that I was done, but curiosity, that insidious little voice whispered, "Just be more careful this time." Against my better judgment, I continued browsing. By 3 a.m., I was still diving deeper into the digital abyss. I'd heard that the deep web was less crowded at night, making it easier to explore, and there was no shortage of strange and fascinating sites. From bizarre conspiracy blogs to forums claiming to sell interdimensional travel secrets, it was a rabbit hole of absurdity and horror. One site claimed to offer access to personal laptop webcams. Against my better judgment, I clicked the link, expecting to see a bunch of slack-jawed strangers staring at their screens. And at first, that's exactly what it was. Neckbeards, teenagers, elderly folks, ordinary people caught unaware. Then I saw something that made my blood freeze. I saw myself. At first I thought it was some sort of prank. Maybe the site was using my tablet's camera to mess with me. But the angle wasn't from my tablet's front-facing camera. It was from the corner of my room. Someone was watching me. Someone had access to my webcam without my knowledge. My stomach turned as I stared at the screen. I closed the browser and powered off my tablet, but the sense of violation lingered. That wasn't the end of it, though. After shutting everything down, I switched back to the clear web and tried to distract myself with Netflix. I wanted to forget the deep web ever existed. But just as I started to relax, my Skype app began to ring. The call wasn't from anyone in my contacts. It was a random Skype number. I hesitated, my gut screaming at me not to answer. But curiosity, that same damn curiosity, got the better of me. I picked up the call. At first there was silence. Then a voice spoke. It was a man's voice, raspy and calm like he'd been smoking for decades. "Looking good," he said. I hung up immediately, my heart pounding in my chest. I deleted every deep web-related app on my tablet, shut down my router, and spent the rest of the night staring at my ceiling, unable to sleep. To this day, I have no idea how that man got my Skype number. I don't want to know. What I do know is that the deep web is not a playground. If you're even thinking about exploring it, please do your research. Use proper anonymity tools. And for the love of God, don't dive in without understanding the risks. The deep web is a place where curiosity can lead to more than just trouble. It can lead to nightmares that stay with you forever. In 2014, in a Florida movie theater, a man was fatally shot during an argument over texting. The incident occurred before the movie started while trailers were playing. The victim was texting, which annoyed the man sitting behind him, a retired SWAT officer. When the man asked the victim to stop and was ignored, tensions escalated. After popcorn was thrown at him, the retired officer pulled out a gun and shot the victim. Shockingly, the shooter was acquitted, claiming self-defense. Critics believe his background in law enforcement influenced the verdict. These stories show how unpredictable and dangerous people can be. Always stay aware and avoid escalating conflicts with strangers.